welcome to the Impact Arena, Bangkok. For all the action, badminton is happening thick and fast at the moment. 3 tournaments being held here in northern Bangkok. The Toyota Thailand Open, it's day 1. This is the action on court 2 today. Thanks very much to Paul Hand earlier with the first session of games, the first 5. And this is what we've got coming up. Zii Jia, the 8th seed from Malaysia, is up against India's Samir Verma. And this is how it looks in the bracket, with the winner of this match taking on Denmark's Rasmus Gemke of Denmark, who beat Padupalli Keshup pretty convincingly. Well, actually, it looks like there was a withdrawal, wasn't there? Rasmus Gemke barely got through that first game, and then it stopped. We'll get more information on that as well as we progress.
On court 2, men's single, Zii Jia from Malaysia.
So Zii Jia makes his way out, the Malaysian,
from India.
8th seed. And Samir Verma, there's Zii Jia, who is the Asian team champion in 2020. Southeast Asian Games as well. He got a gold medal in the men's singles. Up against Samir Verma. What has he achieved? Let's just tell you. World Junior Championships in 2011, he was 3rd in that year. Asian Junior Championships, he was 2nd in 2011. Zii Jia, an accomplished player, beat Samir Verma's compatriot Pranoy in the first round of the Yonex Thailand Open last week, of course. As we now have the toss between the two. Zii Jia has a very good record against his opponent, 4-1 up, and the last time they met was last year, where he won in straight games. Zii Jia, as I mentioned, beating Pranoy 13-21, 21-14, 21-8 in round of 32. Then met another Indian player in Kidambi Shrikant. That was a walkover, of course, with Shrikant sustaining an injury, and then lost to Cho Tien Chun in the quarterfinals, 17-21, 15-21. Samir Verma, for his part, he lost in the first round of 32 of the Yonex Thailand Open last week to Cesar Hiren Rustavito of Indonesia, 15-21, 17-21. For information on Zii Jia, 186 tall man, 10th in the world. That's his best ranking ever. The 22-year-old from Kedah in northern Malaysia. Samir Verma, 170, so it's a big height difference there. 31st in the world, the 26-year-old. And his highest ranking was 11th, and that was achieved 2 years ago, almost exactly 2 years ago to the day, on the 22nd of January 2019. Roberto Tommy Oscariano of Indonesia, the umpire for you today. Ably assisted by Fabio Betto, the service judge from Italy. Samir Verma, of course, from a very big sports-loving family, following the footsteps of his brother Saurabh, who's also, of course, an internationally ranked badminton player, taking it up at a very young age. Then, of course, moving to the Gopichand Badminton Academy in Hyderabad to train under a coach and former Indian player, the star, really, Pulela Gopichand, who's influenced a lot of these Indian players. Zii Jia, before this Thailand stint, last played in the All England. Lost in the semi-finals to Victor Axelsen, 21-17, 13-21, 19-21. Has reached the semi-finals of the Thailand Masters in 2017. Lost to Kantapon Wangcharan. And he's hoping to go a little further this time round.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Samir Verma, India. And on my left, Zii Jia, Malaysia. Zii Jia to serve. Love all. Play.
It's a nice bright start there from Zii Jia, who will play the kills and smashes to great effect, given the rather massive frame of his, especially in comparison to his opponent. Well, that's the way he's got to do it, hasn't he, really, Verma? He's got to move his opponent around as much as possible. Big frame of his. Get lots of drops in, maneuver him around the court, mix things up a bit. And get him stretching, get him low down like that. And there's what we're talking about, that kill right at the net.
It's over. 2-1.
Yeah, clearly out that one.
Service over.
It's kind of going to form with the what we were talking about. The two players looking to their strengths here. Very nicely done by Lee.
Service over. 3.
It's in that kind of position.
2.
Always going to have the advantage, isn't he? Nicely done there by Samir Verma, who last played before the Thailand stint in Spain, February last year, almost a year ago. Lost in the quarterfinals to Kunlavut Vititsan. That's way out, wasn't it, for Lee?
4.
For the first time, Verma has the lead here. Well, that danced on the net, didn't it?
3.
And it just wouldn't go over. There's the sheer power we talked about from Lee.
Service over. 4.
Irresistible, really. Hard to respond to that. Oh, that was close, and that's why
Verma challenges.
Verma is
Call
challenging that
out.
one. No tight.
Wipe the court, please.
Let's see whether he got that right. And he did indeed. Good call there from
Correction in.
Verma.
Service over. 6-4. You could change. Referee. Referee. This is not good.
Now, let's just see what's happened here.
Okay. Okay.
Everything seems okay.
Play.
Verma now opening up a small lead here.
Seven, 4.
Lovely little drop, and that's what you need to see more of. But Lee's not going to let him run away with this.
Over.
Not yet.
5-7.
And a nice run of 3 points there. Samir Verma. Oh, beautifully done, and you feel for Verma. He got down well. All he could do was lift it
7.
right over the net at the perfect height, really, of course, to kill it off. For Zii Jia, of course, she's the next big thing, really, in men's singles for Malaysia.
Okay, thank you.
There has been a certain degree of expectation and pressure on this young man to fill in a certain Lee Chong-wei's shoes. Coped well so far, had a very good run at the All England last year. As I mentioned, got to the semis, pushed Victor Axelsen all the way in the semis, beat Chen Long in the quarters. There's the variation. There's the kind of thing that Samir Verma, sorry, should be doing more of.
Nine, 6.
Malaysia don't have too many men's singles prospects these days. Darren Liu is another one. So Zii Jia has got that sort of burden and expectations I mentioned. At the moment, though, he's trailing by 4 here.
10, 6.
Did well in last year's Malaysian Masters to reach the semis. He lost to Kenta Momota, beat Hantenson and Shu Yuqi on the way.
11, 6, interval.
And that is a really good first part of the game, first half, if you will, for Samir Verma. I think he should be quite happy with that. 11-6 at the break here in the first game.
Try to sit on second moment and here I keep something new.
And we are here.
Court 2, 20 seconds. Court 2, 20 seconds.
Well, one of the side effects, of course, of the whole COVID-19 situation, apart from the fact we don't have any fans in here, which is
11,
a real pity, but totally understandable, is of course the get back to that in a minute. Yes, the fact that, of course, everyone who's not playing needs to be wearing and not involved in the match, such as the umpire, everyone has to be wearing a face mask. So we're not able to hear what the coaches are saying very clearly, which of course would be useful. That's a lovely little drop shot there from Zii Jia.
7-12.
This guy's that really nicely. That was in.
Service over.
Wow, this is really good. 5-point streak. He's not at the races, is he, at the moment, Zii Jia?
47.
It's now becoming a pretty imposing lead for Samir Verma. And he needs a bit more of that, Lee, to stay in this.
8-14.
No debates there.
9-14.
Still a 5-point lead, though, for Samir Verma. Can Lee start to chip away?
Service over. 15-9.
Again, delightfully done there by Verma. Beautifully done.
Service over. 10-15.
That's what he wants to get into, that kind of position, doesn't he, Lee? And he's got lots of court to aim at as well.
Service over.
The
16.
problem for Lee is he's not able to really build a run here. It's inside, isn't it? And he's not had more than 2 consecutive points so far in this entire match. Not built a run. Almost the right idea from Verma. I've been impressed with him today.
11.
He's looked good, he's looked sharp, hasn't he? This is where he's got the advantage. There's no doubt, Lee. He's got to be using that more. He wants to stay in this game. That is sheer power, isn't it? That gets the better of Samir Verma. Who a few years ago was the first, only the second in to win the Hong Kong Open. Missed out, sorry, on the chance to do that a few years ago. Losing in the semis. He's losing in the final to Eun Ka Long. but did become the first Indian man in 24 years to reach the finals of that series, so the Hong Kong Super Series. After Prakash Padukone. Well, he's managed to whittle down a little bit of that lead. It's still 4 points. It was 7 at one point. Can he, Lee, just close it down a bit? Can he reduce that deficit, put the pressure back on? Well, as long as he's got that power in him, that jump smash, that's a weapon he will continue to use as much as he can. It's been effective for him. Is it starting just to get to Samir Verma? It's only 2 points now, and that will be of frustration to him. He's beginning to build up a little head of steam here, Lee. For the first time in this match, Lee has won more than 2 points in a row. Now make that 4 in a row. This is very good. Excellent comeback here from Zii Jia, but can he now finish it off? Can he go past his opponent? It's been a long time since the early stages of this game that he was in front. Just feel that momentum change, can't you? And he has drawn level. That is an excellent comeback here from Zii Jia. 5 in a row he's won. Really, really put the pressure right back on, and in fact now all the momentum is with him, Lee. Well, he needed that. He really needed that. Not known for his smashing, particularly Samir Verma. Well, that will give him tremendous confidence after capitulating in those last 5 points. Very tight now, this one.
18. Oh.
Beautifully done. Really nicely placed in that far corner from Lee. And he just edges closer to taking this first game. And now he's given himself 2 game points, Lee. And I'm sure that is hugely frustrating to Samir Verma, who now has to do all he can to play the spoiler here, just like Lee has done to him earlier on. Hasn't worked there. Samir Verma trying to drop on Lee, who has taken this first game after being given a real runaround by Verma, who had a 7-point lead at one point and just could not capitalize on that. It's been a tremendous comeback here from Zii Jia, and he takes that first game, having to dig quite deep. 21-18.
Raketnya cerdas. Terus yang ketiga, perhatikan kaki satu. You punya smash atau apa? Berani sedikit hari ini. Rally, amati. Defense-nya boleh, jauh. Lebih. Terus depannya ada yang bagus. Sekarang depannya terpaksa kurangkan laju. Apa ini? You punya defense bagus. Laju 50-50 semua. Counter attack kalang kabut kan, Pak. Macam ini kan yuk. Macam ini yuk, tambah kaki tambah stop kena. Ini macam orang stopnya besar. Itu aja, no? Tetap yakin ya.
For 20 seconds. For 20 seconds.
That momentum shift, I wonder if it'll carry on into the start of this second game. Lee storming back to take it 21-18. He was getting quite the lecture from his coach, Zii Jia. But I think you've got to give him credit because he didn't panic, did he? He was in a bit of a tight spot. And he kept his cool to fight back really well. Just out there for Samir Verma, who just want to try and hark back to how he performed in the earlier stages, in the mid stages, really, of the first game.
Service over. 2-0. Service over.
Yeah, looks a little bit annoyed with himself, doesn't he, Verma? There's a power. I think he's really worked on that attacking game of his, which has been felt in the past not to be his strongest point. Not finding its range at the moment, and it's now Lee is beginning to build up a bit of a lead here.
Service over 3-5.
Just got a bit annoyed with himself there, Lee. Oh, he'll take the luck, however it comes.
Over 6-3.
Well, it was nice to see Verma there actually going on the attack. He tried to take it to Lee there. Really went for it, didn't he? Actually thought he had a good chance of winning that point, and then when it mattered, he couldn't quite finish it off. I did talk about, when I was mentioning earlier, that he has been mentioned as the next Lee Chong-wei, of course. Lee himself has said it's made him feel the pressure, but now slowly he said he's become more mature and he's starting to accept those pressures and turn it into motivation. There we go. 6 points now in front here for Verma. There is, of course, big expectations in Malaysia too. It's fantastic, superbly done by Lee. The big hopes, of course, of winning a first elusive gold medal. Not working out at the moment for Samir Verma, and Lee is looking in imposing form here in the second game, in stark contrast to what we saw in the first when he was down by 5. And at the interval, Lee leads 11-3.
Court 2, 20 seconds. Court 2, 20 seconds. Level 3. Play.
Again, showing that attacking style of his. Nothing seems to be working at the moment, I'm afraid, for Samir Verma. It's not looking particularly good at the moment for him. Well, having said that, that was very good play at the net, wasn't it?
4-30.
Great reactions, you have to say, from Verma. It looked, for all intents and purposes, like that was going to be an easy point. Didn't quite get it off, did he, Lee? And very quickly, Lee restores his 10-point lead.
40.
He had an earlier run of 8 points on the trot. Zii Jia.
Serves over. 5-40.
Well, he'll have to fight for every point really hard here, Verma. He's got a long, long way to go. It's 8 points difference. It's brilliantly done by Lee.
15.
Excellent shot from him.
15-6.
Drew in Verma there and quickly dispatched across the court, wasn't it? Excellent. And he'll have to do something pretty special from here, you feel, Samir Verma. We saw a big comeback in the first game of 7 points. He would dearly love to get that, wouldn't he, right now, Samir Verma? Right now, it only seems to be going one way.
66.
Thought I heard something like "keep fighting." I might be wrong. Thought I might have heard that from the coach to Samir Verma, but it does feel like the writing is on the wall.
Serves over. 7-70.
Brief respite, you feel, to just delay the inevitable, unless something very special happens here. Better from Verma, and that's been the longest rally in a while.
9-70.
Couple of points here for Verma. Will please him at least. just in. Wow. This will be a nice little run for Verma.
10, 17.
Dare he hope. Dare he hope. 3 in a row. That's his best run so far in this game. And that is broken here by Lee. Another kill at the net.
18, 10.
Well, they're trading points a little better now. It's a bit more balanced to it, but it is at the business end of this game. And he's giving it an air of respectability now, Verma, to the scoreline. Better from him.
12.
Question is, where was this earlier? But at least he's showing that fight. I think that's what his coach was asking for. Oh, and that's worth an ask, isn't it? Worth a challenge from Lee. Not sure that has gone his way. Don't think he quite believed it either. He's got the challenges, why not use them? And yeah, hasn't worked out for him. But this is nice. This is a good little run here from Verma. The deficit has reduced to 5. That's pretty good, isn't it? Given that it was at 10 at one point. Still a long, long way to go for Samir Verma.
Right.
Oh, he went for it. He tried to push it, didn't he? Zii Jia. I just wonder now, in the back of his mind, he's thinking, what's going on here? After a huge lead. There's only 4 in it. It was 10 not too long ago. Excellent from Verma. Can he start dreaming of drawing level here? He doesn't have much of a margin of error, given there's only 3 points to victory for Lee. That's another point in the bag for Verma. It was all looking very comfortable, wasn't it, for Lee? 5 in a row for Verma. Lovely reactions there. Oh, it's not working out at the moment for Zii Jia. And I have to say, you've got to give a lot of credit here to Verma, because he had some great reactions earlier in the rally. And he has battled back. We were asking about whether he had it in him to fight back like this. He's now won 6 in a row. And he's really putting the pressure on his opponent. This is an excellent fight back, really. And even now, even if he goes on to lose this, and of course he's not thinking about that right now, this will have done him a world of good.
18.
Just the fact that he's managed to claw back from what looked to be an inevitable position. Ah, the momentum is there, isn't it, with Samir Verma?
17.
And he's only 1 point away. This is brilliant from him. Zii Jia will be frustrated inside, but don't forget, he dished out similar treatment to Verma in the first game when he was 7 behind. Here it was 10. Finally. That's probably relief more than anything else
19.
for Zii Jia.
17.
Because Verma reeled off 7 points in a row. You can just feel it. You feel the way that Verma is playing at the moment.
18.
He's the one taking the initiative. He's the one doing all the running. Creating, controlling, dictating the tempo at the moment. Because Lee has only won 1 of the last 9 points.
Right.
Well, he had to improvise there, but such is the confidence of Verma at the moment that
20.
he felt he could try that. Had to. There are 2 match points here, though. And he finally killed this off, Zii Jia. Oh, excellent point. Great reactions from Lee earlier, but excellent point for Verma.
19. 20.
He pushed his opponent all the way again, had him running around, and then finished it off superbly. Still a match point, though, for Lee. Really giving each other a good game here, haven't they? Well, he's drawn level. This is excellent from Verma. I don't think he could have dreamed at one point that this was going to be as close as it is. 20 all. Incredible stuff, and an important drop there for Lee, who's on his 3rd match point now. Fails to take the chance.
Service over. 21.
Verma survives a 3rd match point. an unforced error. First one we've seen in a while from Verma.
Over 22.
Fourth match point now for Lee. Taking their time here, making sure they are absolutely ready for this vital point coming up. He is not giving up without a fight, is he?
Service over.
He saved another one. He saved 4 match points now. Got to give him so much credit for the way he's approached this in the last 15 minutes. But that's 2 unforced errors in a row and a 5th match point for Lee. You must be wondering, how on earth does he finish this off? Tight, but he hasn't got it. Decided not to challenge that. Actually had the opportunity, didn't he, to kill that off. 5th match point saved. Well, he needed a little bit more of that. Yeah, just not looked particularly convincing, has he? And that was a bit more emphatic from him. He saved a 6th match point.
24 all.
Zii Verma has really shown he's a fighter in this one. What he would dearly like, Verma, is to be able to, having saved the match point, is to give himself the opportunity of having one, but he now faces a 7th match point. But it's a completely different match now. They're trading points, aren't they? No one is able to get a streak of points, a run here. And the balance has shifted. Done it again.
It's over. 25.
Just cannot kill this off yet, Lee. And he's hanging in there, Zii Verma. Now, what he wants to do, of course, is get on the front foot. Put himself in a position to take this second game, excuse me. for the first time
25.
in this marathon game, Verma has a game point. And it's Lee who's under pressure here. Well, a real credit to Verma for getting himself into this position when many would say he had absolutely no business doing so, being 10 points behind and looking down and out. And I think I even used the phrase, delaying the inevitable. Well, he has certainly shown he's made of sterner stuff. And Lee, how's he going to cope now under this little bit of pressure? Of course, there's still another game to this if he loses it. And that is tremendous from Samir Verma, who battled back. He dug so deep. He was 10 behind at one point and saved 7 match points to take the second game. And he's given himself something here, given himself a platform. The momentum is with him. And that is hugely deflating, I'm sure, for Zii Jia.
Also here, dan pusatnya sama ya, depannya atau apa susah letak tengah. Kadang kalau itu tinggikan, udah lebih rileks ya belakangnya atau apa ada chance tangan ya sudah. Apalagi one by one lagi, ini macam-macam.
For 20 seconds. For 20 seconds. Now. Final game.
What a match we have got on our hands here.
Right.
Samir Verma. Samir Verma has shown some real battling qualities here. And he's carried that on into this third game. He looked down and out, didn't he? And he's now got that bit of swagger. And Lee, he's got to put that previous game behind him. He needs to focus on just getting back into this match now. But it is certainly demoralising, isn't it? It's not easy. But this is where mental games are important.
3.
5 points on the trot for Samir Verma. If you include the last 2 from the previous game, and just won another one. He's gone to Quite a nice lead here, but I tell you what, no one is taking a lead for granted anymore, these two. That is better. We haven't seen much of that from Lee
1-4.
in a while now. He seemed a little annoyed with himself there, Verma. Probably because he had the chance to win it on the previous shot. Better from Lee. He's lost the first 4 in this game and then won the next 4.
Service over. 5-4.
He's missed the range. It's not the first time he's done that. Well out.
6-4.
It was a great rally at the net, wasn't it, for both players?
7-4.
And it was Lee who was left sprawling here. Large slice of help from the net itself.
Thank you.
And he's got that slender 3-point lead. Now it's Verma who feel just a little bit of confidence at the moment. No one is taking anything for granted after what we've seen from the first 2 games. Shu is certainly on the other foot at the moment.
Over. 5-9.
Again, Zii Jia is just eating into that lead. These leads don't mean anything at the moment, do they? 5 points is nothing, given what we've seen.
Service over. 10-6. Service over. 7-10.
Good reactions. And again, that smash comes to the fore. So into the interval then of this third game, and Samir Verma has a 4-point lead. And he should be pretty happy with how things have panned out for him in the last 20 minutes. Can he go on to now finish this off?
Remember, yeah, his danger is push big far away, something. All it is. One more thing. In rally, you must win. I like to see. Now he just try to make you make mistake something. You, if something is no good, it's okay. Not always all focus or focus. Some blank is okay. That is number 2. Continue 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Yeah, okay.
1 poin.
Eleven, 7. Right. Over.
Just seemed to
8.
hurt himself a little bit, something with his finger as he played the shot. He just caught himself.
Nine, 11.
Again, neither player's allowing the other to get too far away. 4 points was the biggest lead we've had, now down to 2. Yeah, just showing that finger injury we talked about. Wants to get a little bit of treatment on it. Just wonder, always wonder when these things happen, depending on the situation in the match, as to who this would benefit. I'm not, of course, trying to say that he's deriving some benefit out of this, though of course gamesmanship is not against the rules. But you saw that he just hurt himself in the previous point. We're awaiting, there we go, just to see how they can treat the finger.
Maybe bandage. Bandage will come out.
निकल जाएगा ना, ये निकाल लो तो और बैंडेड तो 1 मिनट में पसीना से निकल जाएगा। टाइट करता है।
Now that obviously isn't ideal, and that's your racket holding hand. The only time that Samir Verma has beaten Zii Jia was in 2019. He's got a 3-point lead here. Yeah, he won that in the Australian Open.
12.
Samir Verma, 21-15, 16-21, 21-12. The last 2 times they played, which included that Thailand Masters last year and the Malaysian Masters in 2020 as well. Straight games. Straight game wins for Zii Jia, though
10-13.
were relatively close. One of them was particularly close in Malaysia Masters 1921, 2022. At the moment, the advantage is still with Verma.
Versus Lee from Hong Kong, China.
11.
From Iran.
But Lee just beginning to pick up some points here. Only 2 separate these players.
Full goal. Too high. Service over.
Fault called.
14-11.
That works out for Verma, doesn't it?
Go! 15.
And he's now gone into a 4-point lead in a crucial stage of this game and match. Zii Jia always has that weapon to use.
Over. 12-15.
Excellent work. This was what he was using so well earlier in the match. The unforced errors are still there and they're plaguing him.
16-12.
And Verma restores that 4-point lead. And now makes it 5. Can he close it out and to cap off what would be a remarkable turnaround for him? He's seemingly on the way, but let's not count our chickens just yet, because it was a very similar situation in the previous game and Verma fought back. Can Lee do the same here now? Well, there's 1 point.
Service over. 13-18.
She was completely on the other foot now. He's inching there, isn't he? Verma. He can taste it. He's almost there. Has he got that little bit more to finish this off and cap a remarkable turnaround? Not if Zii Jia has anything to do with it.
40.
Couple of very important points for Zii Jia. This is surely not deja vu, is it? I don't know what to say anymore. This has just swung one way and the other. Just when you think one of these two is going to finish things off, the other one has other plans. Well, finally, Verma now, he has got match points, 4 of them. Can he see this off? Oh, he's going to challenge on that one, Verma. I think he might have a point here. And if he overturns this, he wins the match. Oh, the tightest of margins there for Verma. How close was that? Well, this has had plenty of drama, this match, and there's still more to come. He's still hanging on here, Zii Jia. And that's probably the quickest point we've seen in a while.
18, 20.
Can't tell who's going to win this. It just is one of those kind of matches, isn't it? And he is storming back here, Zii Jia. Those match points are disappearing. Remember, Verma saved 7 match points. He's done it. What a victory for Samir Verma. That is one of the more remarkable badminton matches you'll see in 2020. Lost the first game. And then, well, actually they're challenging it. Let's just see if there's any respite here. No, there isn't, because it looked clear enough the first time. And Samir Verma will remember this one for a very long time. Zii Jia was cruising, wasn't he? And 10 points clear in the second game. Verma fought back, showed so much resilience and fortitude, and then went on to save a number of match points as well, and amazingly turned this around. He beats Zii Jia 18-21, 27-25, 21-19 for one of the big, remarkable results here at the Thailand Open, the Toyota Thailand Open on day 1.